Very good morning, everyone. Welcome to my class. In this class, we will learn or we will discuss the concept of equivalent resistance. This is the concept which is very much useful in circuit analysis. As far as the network reduction is considered, this is the concept which is very much helpful. So we will see different situations or different cases in the concept of equivalent resistance. In this video, we will see two cases. The first case is the series connected resistors. When we have two or more resistors that are connected in series, how to find the equivalent resistance. And the second case which we will learn is parallel connected resistors. When two resistors or when two or more resistors are connected in parallel, how to find its equivalent. So we'll understand how to find the equivalent resistance in case of series as well as parallel combination of resistances. First of all, we need to understand what is meant by equivalence. So we will understand this equivalence concept in each and every case study. First one is the series resistors. When so consider that there are two resistors, one resistor and this is another resistor. These two resistors are connected in series, right? When I can say these two resistors are connected in series, when we have the same current flowing through both the resistors R1 and R2, we can say that these two resistors are connected in series in between the two terminals. Let us give the names for these two nodes or two terminals. This node is A, this node is A, and this node is B. So what I can say that is, in between the two terminals A and B, R1 and R2 resistors are connected in series because the current flowing through R1 is same as the current flowing through R2. The current is not getting diverted. And I want to replace these two resistors with a single equivalent resistance in between the same terminals. I am not changing the terminals. So the terminals are A and B. So the equivalent resistance now is represented as R equivalent. So I want to replace the series combination of these two resistors with a single resistor whose value is R equivalent. Now understand why we are calling this as equivalent resistor, because so consider this. This is one resistor R1 and this is another resistor R2. I am connecting these two in series in between the terminals A and B. In between the terminals means across the same terminals, I am connecting a voltage source. Let the voltage source value is VAB and it is supplying a current of I. Now I am considering the second circuit with R equivalent in between the same terminals A and B, and I am connecting the same voltage source. Keep in your mind, I want to connect the same voltage source across the same terminals, right? And here also the current must be I. So what is the meaning for this? In order to say that the series combination of these two resistors is the same as single resistance R equivalent, right? We need to follow a condition. So the condition is, when I connect the same voltage source across the same terminals, one with the series combination and another with the single resistor, in that case, in order to call these two as equivalent, the condition is the VI relationship should not change. So VI relationship means the ratio of voltage to current. Here we consider the ratio of voltage source VAB to the current supplied I should not change. So when I am replacing the series connected resistor with a single resistor, we should not disturb the circuit. We should not change the characteristics of the circuit. It means that the relationship between voltage and current should be same before the conversion and after the conversion. Means before we have series connected resistor and after we have a single resistor. In both the situations, the VI relationship should not change. This is the very, very important thing which we need to keep in our mind. Now in the first case, how can I get the ratio of VAB to I? Just by applying KVL for this circuit. Kirchhoff's voltage law is helpful in order to find the ratio of voltage VAB to the current I. By applying KVL, see, I am moving from negative to positive, so I considered this as voltage rise and I represented this with positive sign, and across the resistors there is a voltage drop. I represent the voltage drop with a negative sign. So the voltage drop is I times R1 and I times R2. These are with negative sign, and this sum of all the voltages must be equal to 0 according to Kirchhoff's voltage law. So by equating this to 0, we will get VAB is equal to I times R1 plus R2. Now from this I want to get the ratio of voltage supplied to the current delivered. So VAB by I gives us R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2. So this is the ratio of voltage to current when these two resistors R1 and R2 are connected in series. Okay, now I want to erase all these things and I just want to keep only one equation which is the ratio of voltage to current here. So VAB by I for this circuit is R1 plus R2. Now for the second circuit, come to the second circuit. In the second circuit, how can I get the ratio of VAB to I? By just applying Ohm's law. So in the first circuit, we have applied KVL, which is Kirchhoff's voltage law, to get the ratio of V to I. In the second circuit, I am applying Ohm's law in order to get the ratio of voltage to current. Now VAB by I gives you R equivalent, because according to Ohm's law, V is equal to I times R. So in the first circuit, we have the ratio of voltage to current as R1 plus R2, and in the second circuit we have the ratio of voltage to current as R equivalent. Now by equating the LHS values, because the VI relationships should not change, so we get from this R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. So in order to get the equivalent resistance of a series connected resistors, just add all the resistors. It is very, very simple, right? Now we will see the second case study, which is the parallel connection. So when I can say that two or more components or two or more elements or two or more resistors connected in parallel, when I can say that they are connected in parallel, when two or more elements have two common nodes, two common terminals, then we can say those elements connected in parallel. So here I can say that R1 and R2 has two common terminals, which is A1 and B, which is A and B. Hence I can say R1 and R2 are connected in parallel, because these two resistors have two terminals as common. One is A and another one is B. Now I want to replace this with a single equivalent resistance in between the same terminals, right? So let us assume that single equivalent resistance as R equivalent. So the terminals are not changing here. So this is A and B, and the resistance value is R equivalent value. Now also I am using the same fundamental condition or fundamental principle that the VI relationship should not change. VI relationship should not change when I am replacing the parallel combination of resistors with a single resistor. If we keep this in our mind, then we can get the equivalent resistance value. Now, what is the meaning for VI relationship should not change? For across the terminals A and B, I am connecting again a voltage source, right? So assume that voltage source value, the source value as VAB, and it is allowing a current of I. Now from the first circuit, how can I get the ratio of VAB to I? By applying KCL here, right? Because the current is getting divided. One current flowing through R1 I am assuming as I1, the current flowing through R2 I am assuming as I2. Now at this point, by applying KCL, if you apply KCL, which is Kirchhoff's current law, I is the incoming current and the two outgoing currents at node A are, from node A are I1 and I2. So the sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents. From that we will get I is equal to I1 plus I2. Now how can I get I1 and I2? So I is equal to I1 is nothing but the current flowing through R1. Now R1 is connected parallel to voltage source, because the voltage across R1 and the voltage across R2 both are same, and that value is VAB. Because in parallel connection the voltage remains same across each and every element, and in series connection the current remains same, which is flowing through each and every element, right? Now how can I get the current I1? It is the ratio of voltage across R1 and R1. It is from Ohm's law. We got this current value from Ohm's law, and the current through R2, which is I2, is given by the voltage divided with R2. So VAB by R2. Now in this equation, on the RHS side, I can take VAB as common. So you will get VAB times 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now from this equation I want to obtain the ratio of voltage to current, because the VI relationship should not change. So VAB by I want to bring I to denominator, so the term which is in the product of VAB will move to denominator. So it will become 1 divided by, means it is the inverse of 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Right? So this is the first equation, means it is the ratio of voltage to current which we obtained from the parallel combination of resistors. Right? Now I want to get this the same ratio with single equivalent resistance. Now what I need to do, again I need to connect a voltage source across A and B and allow some current. The ratio of this according to Ohm's law is VAB by I gives you R equivalent, right? Now this is the second equation actually. How I got this? By applying Ohm's law to the second circuit, I got R equivalent as VAB by I. Now what I need to do, I need to equate the equations. I need to equate the equations 1 and 2, because as LHS values of these two equations are equal, we need to equate the RHS terms. I am just writing again. From the first circuit I got this, and from the second circuit I got the same. I got the ratio between voltage and current as R equivalent. Now as the LHS are equal, I can equate the RHS things. So R equivalent is given by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. 1 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. I can just convert this equation for simple understanding as 1 by R equivalent is equal to, I am just sending R equivalent to the denominator of RHS side, and the term which is in the denominator to the numerator in the LHS side. So you will get 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So this is the relation between the equivalent resistance and the resistors that are connected in parallel. So in this way we can understand the series and parallel combination of resistors and how to find its equivalent resistance by keeping in mind the fact that the very important fact that the VI relationship, the circuit should not be disturbed. The characteristics and the behavior of the circuit should not change. If it should not change, the ratio of V to I must be same in both the cases, means before the conversion and after the conversion. Right. So in the next video we'll understand the another case study of equivalent resistance, which is delta to star connection.